Hello everyone, hello YouTube subscribers, this is guy number 7 here. Long time no see, it's been over a month since I did my last video. And Assault Squad has changed pretty drastically since then, probably 5 new versions since then. And you know, this game right here, it wasn't the greatest game in the world for us. I mean, I was pretty bad. I realized that Assault Squad is way different than standard Men of War, and that you really have to play differently. You cannot just spam tanks anymore. It's just, all the cannons are more powerful. You really have to just play and act differently. It's just a really different game, and I realized it here. The enemy team was better than our team. I'm gonna have to probably say that right now. I think they had a little more experience than me. Like, I'm a noob at Assault Squad. I really am. And even I think one of my allies was also relatively new at the game. He mentioned later on. And we had 2 other guys which I think were pretty good, but the enemies were better. So yeah. Well, right here I just kind of bought a squad of regular infantry, which comes with machine gunners and assault guys. It's 10 men, and I also bought an anti-tank rifle. Got a park here. My ally moves up a BA-64 to the middle. And I'm moving up my infantries right now because it looks as if he might take the center, but he mowed down a few guys there. Then he just continues to move up. And yeah, so yeah, I'm not going to tell you the verdict of this game, but you'll probably figure it out by the end of the first part. I mean, you know, you'll easily figure it out. But yeah, right here you gotta notice the squads are all way different. There's 10 men in the squad. There's riflemen and SMGs and a squad leader in a squad. Now they're just all integrated together pretty much in a 10-man squad. So you kind of gotta separate your men and use them a little more accordingly, or spread them out. You know, I realized right there my anti-tank rifleman died somehow, which kind of pissed me off. I don't know how he got killed. But apparently there was, I'm trying to figure out how to take his thing, but I can't because it's on the ground, so I click the little equipment grab button. And I click on it for him to grab it, but he gets mowed down by 20mm gun first. So that was kind of pissed me off, because there was the 20mm armored car and a Panzer I, and if I had grabbed that AT rifle, I could have killed them both. And that really would have, like, you know, worked. But I was trying to debate whether to buy a T70 or a T60 or ZSU, but then I realized I'll just wait for the first tier T34, the first T34, so 76, you know. And also another thing is that in the latest build here, they really changed all the hotkeys. Like left click was right click, and then space to go prone didn't work, and then they put Z to chat or something, so they really screwed that all up, and it took me a while to figure that out. And also, you probably noticed the UI is a little different. Like there's that little tiny clock in the corner there. I don't really know what the purpose of that is. I guess it's just to look cool. But you know, you can see the cannon effects. You see that T60 firing right there. Much cooler cannon and weapon effects. And I'm not even maxed. I'm on like ultra high textures, I think, and 4 times anisotropic. But I'm only on 2 times AA because I'm afraid if I go any higher, I'll lag. I only have a GTX 260, which I think is pretty good for this game, but this game's requirements are much higher than the original Men of War, and it's definitely a more graphically demanding game. I don't know, I was hoping to maybe upgrade to a GTX 460, you know, a Fermi, or maybe a GTX 470 sooner or later. Like, I don't really want to buy an ATI card. I mean, ATI's drivers are always known to be sort of bad. So, you know, like, other than that though, I have an i7-920. I haven't overclocked it, but I easily could. And I have 6 gigabytes of DDR3, 1600 RAM. So yeah, my CPU and memory are good, but it's just my graphics card sooner or later, especially if I want to buy Crisis 2, which I was thinking of doing later this year. Well, actually, Crisis 2 doesn't come out till next year now, but I was thinking of getting that, but I'll probably have to upgrade. So anyway, right here I got some Partisans. They're just really cheap guys that only have 1 rifle skill. I just want them to support my tank. They have guns and they can see. That's all I want them to do is just to support my tank, and they do that role really well. I mean, they're good for suppressing the enemy and, you know, basically just keeping their heads down. You know, and, well, you know, it was kind of, like I tried to advance them here, but he has machine gunners all over the place. And for the next 10 minutes here, I'm kind of stupid, and I try to pick off some of his machine gunners and stuff, but it's just too hard to do, and I don't really do it effectively enough. And whenever I try to advance, I do it like 3 times. All my guys just get mowed down. And I was just kind of there, I kill a machine gunner there. So that was pretty good. But, you know, I just kind of had bad luck for this battle, you know. I'm trying to just look around here. I don't really use a whole lot of my special reinforcement call-in points. I think I do later on in the kind of the second half of the battle. I use, I think it's like assault troops or something, which gives you 2 T-34s, which have like guys on them, assault guys on them, or something like that. But I don't call it a KV-2 or anything like that, or any special soldiers. I mean, I probably could have. Right there, my allies' infantry squad kind of gets like blown up by a grenade, but they don't die. And there's that T-60 right there, bum, 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 firing away. Yeah, and I've probably also noticed the unit commandos on the left side have changed, like they look different now. You might have seen that in my Goliath video. Like the first video I had of Assault Squad, that was a really long time ago. That was almost, I would say at this point, 6 or 7 versions ago. I think this is version 0.905 or something like that. And I don't know if 1.0 is going to be released, but they're definitely getting close to release with Assault Squad. Like they're definitely getting closer. The game, I don't think it's 100. It's not 100% yet. I'd say maybe it's like 85 to 90% complete. The game. They just got to do some more polishing and bug fixing. Maybe add a few more things, but I'm not really. Don't really think a whole lot more is going to be added to the game. But right, yeah, it's just way different. Medium tanks are way more important in Assault Squad. Their cannons are just more powerful, and if you use APCR ammo, a medium tank effectively can frontally destroy a heavy tank. Now, medium tanks are just more powerful, especially with the APCR ammo, and they can just. There's almost no reason to buy heavy tanks anymore. Right there, you see a Pack 40, and this is my T-34 is really far away from that Pack 40. So I'm sort of wondering if I can just stay back and shoot it with my T-34. But there, my allies T-60 gets blown up by the Pack 40, which blew up that BA-64. And I move up right here, and I'm trying to get within range of that Pack, but I can't. So right when I move back, the Pack kills me. And right there is kind of a little demonstration of the range changes from Assault Squad to regular Men of War to Assault Squad. That was almost 130 meters away, and that Pack 40 still killed me frontally. And I don't think that would have happened in regular Men of War. So right here, I buy a KV-1. It has more armor to resist the Pack 40 and support my infantry, which is exactly what I need right now. On the left there, my ally appears to be like losing it, and the right's not going that hot either. So my ally has a second generation T-34-76 moving up, and yeah. So yeah, I'm just kind of watching it here. You see, like the graphics are improved. Like on the website there in the Steam forums, they have like a little example showing how the textures and the shading quality is improved. And I don't think the model of the KV-1's like gotten that much better, but I don't know, the environments and the smoke effects just seem to look a lot better in my opinion. And like overall, and especially the explosion effects too, which is just all generally improved in my opinion. You know, yeah, but just moving up my T-34. It's pretty poor. I mean, I could have probably got a T-26 here or something like that, but it's pretty poor. So what's the point? I don't know. I'm moving up my KV-1. I'm like, yes, maybe I'll be able to take this point here. I'm just looking around. I lob a few HE shells at the point in the general area of the point. I think right about sooner or later here. I should like try to shoot that guy there, but the shell goes way over his head. So yeah, and I try to aim over there. If the number is yellow, like it was right there, and if you try to fire the gun when the number is yellow, that means that it's on the very cusp of the weapon's maximum range, and if you try to fire it at that range, at that target, there's the chance of you hitting that target is way less. Like you're way inaccurate if you're firing, way more inaccurate if you fire when the number is yellow than if the number is white. Although you're still inaccurate when somewhat inaccurate when the number is white. Like right there, the number was white and I missed. It's pretty bad. Get some more partisans there. Just want to put them there to make sure no infantry's run up and kill my tank. Just probably want to park them there. They are eyes. They do the thing. There's a Stug 4 over there. It kills my ally's T-34. He says something there. I can't really see what it is. He's like okay or something. Right there, he moved. My ally or that enemy moved his Pack over, and he's trying to side shot my KV-1. But I changed his alignment a little bit right there, so that made the angle like better, so he can't really cause as much damage to my KV-1. I kill some guy there with the KV-1's gun. I fire over here, but nothing happens, really. I continue to just kind of fire the machine guns. I think I saw a guy on the point, so I told him to engage, and he did with the machine gun. Here come my partisans now. They're just kind of running, sprinting up. But yeah, with the 10-man infantry squads really, like, they're not just like Men of War, it's just 6 guys with SMGs. All infantry squads, except for like partisans, are much more developed, and they come with machine gunners and all that. So right here, he moves up his Stug, and just as I try to turn my KV-1, he side shots him and he blows up, and then he moves back. And pretty much for the rest of the game, that Stug pisses me and my ally off by destroying a lot of our T-34s. He's that guy's good, really good, and he knows how to micro his tanks quite well. And I haven't. Well, this is just weird. Like, I played this map before, but I've never really played the map on this side, and I've never really played it with Assault Squad either. I probably should have had a bazooka guy there or anti-tank gun, but I wasn't expecting that, so it kind of caught me by surprise. So here I buy a Zis 2, and I say to myself, if he does that shit again, I'm gonna blow him up. And yeah, and then I realized right there's a half track, an M3A1 half track that has a 50 caliber machine gun. That's new. That was not in regular Men of War. It always had a 30 cal. So here, I guess it has a 50 cal now. But the 50 cal's armor penetration has been severely nerfed in Assault Squad. It can no longer like magically always penetrate 30 millimeters of armor at like 50 meters away and always frontally kill Pumas. It's like almost about half that now. So the 50 cal has trouble killing Pumas from the front at most ranges, although it can still easily kill Pumas from the side, and Panzer 1s from the side, or Panzer 1s from the front side, it can kill pretty easily. You see there that on the armor of that armored car gets destroyed. Armor destroyed. You don't really see that very often. I don't really know what it means. I ask here what it means, but no one answers me. And yeah, so yeah, the 50 cal is like penetration's halved. It can't frontally kill the Panzer II or the Puma very well anymore, although it can still kill them from the sides pretty easily. But it's still a very, very good anti-infantry weapon, and it can shoot far and is very powerful. So they just wanted to nerf the 50 cal because I think there was one of the main things was in standard Men of War, people would just get the M20 and they would flank or rush people with it all the damn time, and you could just destroy like anything with the 50 cal. You could destroy nearly any German light vehicle and destroy the engine of a Panzer IV if you knew how to micro it, especially on the Greyhound. And I guess they didn't want like that rushing style to happen anymore. They wanted more tactical battles, and that's kind of the other thing. Like, you just can't rush anymore in Assault Squad. It doesn't work as well, you know. And I guess that's just an inevitable change that they wanted to do. Anyway, moving up my Zis 2 here. Now I lost a T-34 to that Stug. I'm trying to like just look over there, getting the AT gun in position in case that Stug comes over the hill again. And I want to kill it in case he does. Yeah, we're losing by a pretty fair margin at this point. Now he has another T-34-85 over there. I don't really buy any more tanks for the rest of this game, I think. Well, yes, I do, but actually they're not like with my points. They're with my special points. So yeah, I'm moving up a Partisan here. There's an assault SMG guy there. I'm telling him to shoot, but the Partisan's terribly inaccurate, so he can't really hit him. I buy some Marines, some black coats right here to try to move them up, because I want elites and guys who can actually aim for once, you know. Because they actually have some firepower with SVT-40 semi-automatic rifles and PPSHs and DP-27s. But anyway, this video part is over. Please check out the next part of this video. Thanks. Bye.